Sacramento lost a news legend, Stan Atkinson, but this morning we're hearing from the community and loved ones about what he meant to them.
Yeah, so joining us live to remember Stan is our good friend and original Good Day anchor, Marianne McClary. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, you guys. How are you?
Doing well.
Great.
You look fantastic and rested and whatnot.
Yeah, sleeping in
I
and
literally
everything.
just got up like a half an hour ago. I don't know how you people do the show that time of day.
Oh no! Oh, it's frozen. Okay.
Now you're back. You're back.
It was frozen, but I think we're back. I think we're good.
Okay.
I think we're good. Okay. So, Marianne, we want to talk to you about Stan. Just an absolute legend. You know, the kids these days use the word icon and legendary very freely and loosely, but he really, really was a legend.
Absolutely. And, you know, I posted some pictures on Instagram yesterday about the first time I ever saw or met Stan. And I'm not sure I actually even officially met him. But to go from that day to the pictures you're seeing where he came to my retirement party that you guys threw on Good Day, I was barely out of my internship. I was probably 22, and I was working at KCRA's sister station up in the Seattle-Tacoma area. And the manager of the station, Bob Kelly, said, hey, how'd you like to go down to our station in Sacramento and see if it might be a good fit for you at some point? And so I went down, and I got to sit in the studio while Stan was reading the news, along with his co-anchor at the time, Margaret Pelly, and I was just in awe. I mean, they were just larger than life, you know, to a little 22-year-old. And I realized at the time that KCRA was way over my pay grade, so I did not start there. But then about 15 years later or so, I moved to Sacramento. We start Good Day, and Stan had retired at some point along the way, and we pulled him out of retirement, and he came in to anchor with me on the set while my co-anchor Nick went out and did what we thought Stan was doing all day, just having this, you know, luxury lifestyle and all that. And I was so floored by sitting next to him after that little moment as barely out of my internship, watching him do his newscast, that now he's sitting next to me on mine, and I just could not get over it. And he felt so bad about not remembering that day. And I said, I was back like in the corner. I'm not even sure I met you, to be honest. But he was so happy to just be there and be a part of it and know me. He never had the big ego. He never was all about himself. He was always about everybody else and who he was talking to and your story and your background. He was just such a great guy.
Yeah. And I love the fact that you and Marcus Allen, our good friend, spent so much time with Stan, you know, even after everyone, you know, splits and goes separate ways. But once you're part of the family, you're always in the family. And you guys would have lunches with him. And, you know, the funny, witty man that he always was would crack such jokes with you guys.
I don't even know how that trio started. I really don't. I meant to ask Mark, who started that? Like, who called who and said, hey, let's go have lunch? And, but we did, and we would do it regularly. And we would, you know, I remember we were having lunch at one place, and all of a sudden he just started talking. Like Mark and I were talking, and he just started talking. We're like, oh, like what's happening? And we realized that he had his hearing aids routed through his phone, so he could just answer the phone by talking through his hearing aids and whatever. We thought he was just going off just talking to himself, like in this room. We're like, oh, it's the phone.
It's the phone.
And so then later that same lunch, there's some of the pictures. I think that I sent. I'll have to watch for it here. We said, oh, let's take a picture of the three of us, and we were, you know, somebody walked by, whatever, recognized Mark or.
Oh, I think we lost Marianne.
Oh, dang it. Technology, it's great when it works. Her shot was, well, I know the end of the story. They were taking pictures, the three of them, and oh, there she is.
There she is.
There you are. You were taking pictures, the three of you.
You tell it.
Oh, okay.
You
okay.
said
so it's Mark, Stan, Marianne, right? And you know, you can see all three of them. And then somebody says hi, and so then they start talking to the people. Oh, hi. And then they get closer, but they realize they're starting to edge out Stan. So by the time they finish taking the picture, Stan's like peeking over. And they're just cracking up like, oh yeah, the legend's in this picture. We should probably move so we can see him too.
We just thought it would be funny if we're taking a picture with the legend. We actually crowded him out of the picture. And we were laughing so hard that I, you know, we may have left a little bit of a, you know, a mess on the side. Like, those are the pictures right there. That I think that was the third picture after we had finished crowding him out. But he was just such a such a good guy. And I will remember the one piece of like physical advice he gave me and gave Mark and me. He said, "Never lose your core. Never lose your core. Do your core exercises." He said, "Never lose your core."
I thought that was more spiritual advice. He meant physically.
To the viewers. Never lose your core.
Never lose your core.
Well, another legend here, Marianne McClary.
Indeed.
Oh, stop. I do miss you guys. People ask if I run into somebody at the store or something, if I miss it, and I was going, no. But I do miss it just a little bit. Just a little miss you guys.
Well, we have some vacation openings if you want to fill in.
Hi, you guys. Hi.
Mary says hi. Okay, we'll schedule lunch. Miss you, MA.
Miss you too. Love you guys.
Bye.
She's a legend, too.
She is. She absolutely is a legend.